So in today's video, we're gonna talk about what exactly is depression. More precisely, clinical depression. So before we begin, all those who are new over here, do check out my first video, which I'll be linking down in the description box below. So in that video, you will be getting an idea of my channel, what exactly am I going to do with this, and what kind of videos I'll be posting. So with that being said, let's get into it. First things first, I would again like to clarify that I'm not a mental health professional or any kind of psychologist or anything like that. Whatever I'll be explaining to you guys will be purely on the basis of my own understanding and experiences. As I mentioned in my previous video as well, I've been suffering from depression for over 15-16 months now, I guess. So all the things which I'll be explaining will be completely based on that experience of mine. And the most important thing is, don't self-diagnose yourself or anyone else just on the basis of these facts, because obviously some symptoms can be seen in people, but the proper diagnosis should be done by a professional. So do keep that in mind, and let's begin. So let me explain to you first, like, the basic definition, the clinical definition of clinical depression. Basically, depression is a mental health disorder characterized by persistently depressed mood or loss of interest in activities, causing significant impairment in daily life. Some possible causes include a combination of biological, psychological, and social causes of distress. But nowadays, research suggests that these factors may cause changes in brain function, including altered activity of certain neural circuits in the brain. So that was the clinical definition I took from Google, and basically now I'll be explaining in detail what it exactly is, what depression is, and how we feel. So the reason why I thought I should make this video, because in most of the countries, especially India, mental health is still, very underrated, and it's a social taboo that when someone is suffering from any sort of mental disability or disorder, it's very important to normalize these things, because mental health is as important as someone's physical health, and we have to spread this word, because uh, unfortunately very few people really understand whenever he or she is going through some sort of mental issues. So the thing is, on our planet, over 264 million humans suffer from depression every year. Yeah, right, every single year. It is not that depression is very uncommon or rare or something. Uh, Depression is really very common in humans, but the thing is, the most of the people don't know how to tackle it, if they have, how to help themselves or help others who are suffering, and they ultimately end up making the situation worse. The reason why it is difficult to understand depression or even identify it is because it is invisible. It's a disorder defined by thoughts, its behavior, feelings, rather than some physical symptoms. Although many physical symptoms are also related with depression. When someone is suffering from depression, they experience a lot of emotions and feelings, like feelings of extreme and long lasting sadness, sudden outbursts of anger, guilt, hopelessness. They're usually socially withdrawn. Uh, they either feel too energetic, or in most cases too lethargic to do anything. Uh, the motivation level, the concentration level, and the ability to experience things around them uh, really takes a huge hit when someone is suffering from depression. People also get various kind of appetite and sleep disorders. Like in my case, I literally just stopped eating. I barely used to eat anything. I even lost 20 kgs while I was undergoing this phase. Although I'm still in this phase, but I am improving, and I have improved a lot. So some other factors, some other thoughts like low self-esteem, lack of interest in the activities they usually like doing and used to find pleasure in. Like that pleasure is completely lost. And the most scary one is thoughts of committing suicide or excessive worthlessness. The problem is people think that tackling and handling depression is in our hand. Like they think that it is something related to our brain, so it must be related to our imagination and we can control our imagination. But that's not the case. The thing is, depression is not imaginary. The thoughts, feelings, and emotions are influenced by n number of external and internal factors. Internal factors like some sort of complex imbalance in the chemicals in the brain lead to many sort of mental health disabilities, and physical factors include experiencing a very traumatic experience in the past or in the present, or undergoing a series of trauma, losing a very loved one, any sort of harassment, whether it's financial, emotional, or physical, or like it could be literally anything. Like we really don't know the exact cause of depression. And sometimes it could be due to all these factors or something which is happening in a person's life, or sometimes it could just pop out of anywhere and we'll have no clue where it came from. So that's the thing. It is not the person who is suffering to blame, that he can control what his thoughts are, how he is feeling. It's not. Because that's the thing. The person loses control over his mind, his body, his actions, his emotions, his thoughts, his behavior. Like it's like we are a living robot zombie. We are alive, we are doing some stuff, but still we are dead from inside. It's like a very, I don't know how to explain this feeling, although I am trying, but still. So as I mentioned, there is no clear trigger for depression. The cause is yet to be pinned down by scientists, psychologists and doctors, because the human brain is very complicated, and it is still not known exactly what kind of chemical changes happen during depression. Like some are identifiable, like the increase and decrease of serotonin levels, dopamine levels, and all. But still, there's a lot more to the whole process rather than just these two, three chemicals. Depression is a disease with a biological basis, along with a number of psychological and physical factors. It is not something, it is not simply a weakness which someone can easily get over. So that's the thing. It is very important to normalize this. There's a term called toxic positivity. I'll be covering that in a separate video. In that, basically, unknowingly, people make the condition of the people who are suffering much worse. They don't intend to do so, they really want to help them or cheer them up, or like just do anything so that they feel much better. But unfortunately and unknowingly, they end up making the situation work, because whenever someone is suffering for any sort of mental illness, it is very important to carefully filter out the words you use while having a conversation with that person. Because saying things like get over it, or it's nothing, it's all in your head, be a man, or like these were some words which even I heard a lot when I was suffering. And like people start comparing us to others, like others have it worse, so why are you sad? Which is completely wrong and should not be done. Also, that's a huge topic on what to say and what not to say someone with any sort of mental illness, and I'll be definitely covering that in a separate video. I'm not even sure whether I'll be covering it up in one single video or not, but I'll be definitely covering every aspect of it, no matter how many videos I make. So Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it I wanted to explain in this video. I know it's very difficult to explain depression to anyone, even for me. I just tried, but I believe you got a brief idea of what it actually is and how like we should give importance to mental illnesses as we give to someone with physical illnesses. On that note, I would like to conclude with this video, and if you liked it, do hit the like button. And for any sort of queries related to anything, like whether it's related to depression, life, or whatever, like just feel free to put it in the comment section. I'll definitely reply to each and every comment, and I'm not sure whether I'm able to answer your question properly or not, but I'll definitely try. And for any sort of suggestions related to the content quality or some other ideas or tips for me or any sort of ideas for upcoming videos, do let me know. I'd love to hear from you. So on that note, I would like to take a leave now. So that was me, Abhinav, signing off. Bless you guys. Bye.